The reform begins when a country accepts that the old system needs to change. It involves correcting the old system, removing unnecessary rules, creating new opportunities, and more importantly, building stronger institutions which supports the same. Obviously, reforms takes time. In more particularly in the last decade, we are able to find out India's economic reforms have changed the lives of every ordinary citizen. The core objective of the government to reach the last man, whether it is the question of digital payments, the financial institution inclusion, startups, the banking reforms, more particularly, much of the credit, whether it is the introduction of the reforms in the non-performing assets, a lot of chartered accountants are here, the insolvency resolution process, the IBC code as such, which the country has now are able to see the simplification of the bankruptcy process, the brain behind the same, obviously, Mr. Sanjeev Sanyal ji. Reforms can make life easier and create new opportunities. They may face criticism at first, but nation building takes time. Yeah, reform should be judged by more particularly three questions. Did it create opportunities? Did it strengthen institutions? And did it improve people's lives? That is why today's topic, the art of doing economic reforms.
So, the most important thing, as I said, obviously there are so many different types of reforms that's difficult to put a generic answer to that. But the point that they need to first make is, what is the cost and benefit of doing whatever it is you are trying to do? So, if you are making, let's say, changing a particular rule, then one, who are the people who will benefit? In what way? But very important to also figure out who will lose. This is important to know, not merely because you are doing a cost-benefit analysis, because in the end, doing a reform is at some place a very political economy question. And even if you discover that 99% of people benefit and 1% of people actually get hurt from it, very often the 1% of people may be very well organized amongst themselves, and very often they may be inside the system. They may in fact be the very people you are asking to implement your reforms. So to know the people who were going to be the losers from your change is very, very important.